Morning everyone, welcome back to Ashley Lane. We've got some second fixing to do. I've already done a bit, as you might be able to see, sockets and stuff. Got the downlights to cut in, switches, smoke alarms, downlight to put in the landing. I'm just going to work my way through the house, top to bottom. There are some decorators due, and there are still the plasterers on the bottom floor finishing off a couple of rooms. So depending where we are in the during the week, I'll see what footage I can get, throw it in, and yeah, let you view it. All right, the unenviable task of getting the tools upstairs. Right, tools are up, kettle's on, make a coffee, make a brew, get some measurements going and get some holes cut in the ceiling. Usual scenario with the downlights in this place, draw a map beforehand like I did on first fix, get the laser level out, pencil, tape measure out on some positions that are permanently fixed and still going to be here after plastering, and just crack on. You could say hope for the best, but I never really miss. Okay guys, now that's all the downlights cut in, as you can see behind me there. The only problem is I don't actually have the downlights. They're not coming for another couple of days, so until they come, they're pretty much just going to stay like this. I just wanted to get them cut out before any painters get involved and start doing any painting, and then I start in a big argument over who's drawing lines all over walls and stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to connect up the live in, live out, and we will test the end of line, make sure everything's okay, bung some switches on, power up because it's dark till about 10 o'clock in the morning here, and yeah, hopefully I'll be appreciated for getting the lights on. Believe me, that does not get any easier. Okay, it's the next day. I know it's a seamless video in your world, but in my world this is the next day. I actually have been home and slept and showered and everything. Right, okay, the lights are here and the means of connecting them are here, although the lights do have their own way of connecting them, which I'll show you. I have another version and bundle of connections in here that we're going to have a look into later on in the video. But yeah, for now I'm going to go and find the kettle, which is downstairs, and get a brew and a rest after those stairs. Right, now I've cut all the holes out, pulled the cables through. It's time to fit the downlights themselves. This time we're using the JCC Hybrid 9s. They are warm white. They are dimmable, IP rated. We've got an IP rating on the side. P65, dimmable, 38 degree beam angle, 725 lumens. Going to be bright. Well, that's what we want. So you get the connector with it. So obviously, connect that up there, leave it off, and then you can test no problem whatsoever without having a load on. You can do all your insulation resistance testing. And then when it comes to just popping the light back on, it's just a simple, you can see that, just a click. Oh, that way. Just click and it goes on. Yeah, first time using these, so let's see how they terminate in the back. You can see there how it's pretty much self-explanatory. Cut off 8mm of conductor, 8mm of conductor, and just push them in where you need them. Line, earth and neutral, live earth and neutral, or line, CPC and neutral. We all pretty much understand and know what that means, don't we? I'll pull a bit back. What I'll do, let's cut a bit there as a bit of a test, just to see how much I'm going to need. I know it says there, but so if I cut back, I don't need a tape measure to tell me what 8mm is, but if I can't measure 8mm by this age, I've been in the industry this long, and I should throw the towel in now. So there's, I can see how that's going to work. It's going to push straight in just there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can even see that. So they're just going to push straight in there. I will use the tiniest bit of sleeving ever, but I think it's still important to use it. Again, just exposing 8mm, 7mm, 10mm, 9mm, whatever conductor required to push through there. So it's just pushing in like that, dead simple. Give it the usual bit of a wiggle. Pull back on it, and it's you can see it's quite tight. We'll get the other one on. Excuse any strange facial movements that you see me do when I'm working, cutting cables and stuff. It's just the joiner's equivalent, or the electrician's equivalent of the joiner's licking his lips to help him cut better. So, cut that there. Talking to yourself as well. Don't think I talk, even when there's no camera here, I talk to myself. That's quite normal. Quite often congratulate myself a bit too early. Sometimes I'll just doubt myself, and sometimes I'll just chat to myself about anything. In this situation though, obviously if I'm doing something for the first time, I want to make sure I'm getting everything done right, and if I'm certainly going to be doing it with a bit of a camera in front of me, I also want to make sure that it works and everything pays off. So you can see that's just pushed in there as well. I think we worked fine, that one, didn't we? First time round. They have a little clamp underneath, so, a little grip underneath, so that when it clamps down, it clamps onto the actual mechanical grade protection of the insulation, which is obviously the grey. So that clips in there like that. Does it clip over? Yep, there we go. Click. And then obviously that'll go into the ceiling. Just pull the light out. Click it in. Shove it in the hole. And then it's just a case of basically pop. And there we go. Now you can see the painters haven't been yet. It's still got a plastered ceiling. However good it is, it's still a plastered ceiling. But what we can do, we can just turn this down and the bezel comes off, and the light is still inside there. You can see quite thin. Obviously Chinese, it tells you everything on there, so it's telling you the voltage, the beam angle and stuff. It tells you the colour of the light and everything. So you can chop and change. You can go and get a chrome one, you can go and get a white one. This one is brushed steel, or whatever their version of brushed steel is, brushed chrome, something like that, brushed steel. So you can get like a cool light, a daylight. But yeah, in this scenario, it's 3000K, which is a warm white, and then yeah, I've gone for the brushed steel. I'll shove that back in now, just so they're all there, and then obviously before any testing goes on, what I'll do is I will pull them all down, disconnect, test insulation, and then everything's fine. We can get back up, get the spotlights back up and get the lights on. Just looking at the box again, guys, right, so it's white, a brushed nickel, not brushed chrome, not brushed steel, and they do a chrome as well, and yeah, they're all interchangeable, like I said. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna leave this up here for now, and then once they're all second fixed, I'll just kind of put them somewhere safe, because I'm going to test the lighting circuit, make sure everything's working fine, switching okay, take a few readings, and then power up to get some lights on. But then I'll take these out, because I know painters will just come along and just roll straight over that. They're just blind and oblivious to stuff like that. No offense to all painters and decorators out there, but certainly the ones I know will be, they just won't even see that, they'll just roll straight over it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this in for now, power up. I'll show you what they look like with the power on, and then we'll remove them. So we've got the first downlight in now over there, and I know how much you guys love watching speeded up footage of people installing things, so not one to let the side down. Here we go. Okay guys, that's pretty much all of them in now. Obviously we've got one more to do over there over my shoulder. I'm not going to do that just yet, because I've got some specific connectors that I'm going to use to terminate that. We've obviously got 4 cables. We've got a live in, live out, switch wire, and a bulb to bulb, or a kind of link wire if you like, which when turned on links all 6 of them, or the remaining 5. We'll talk about the connectors I'm going to use in a second, but for now, there we go. Okay, so it's time to fit the last Hybrid 9 downlight in here, where all there's 4 cables dangling in. So I'm going to put that in the pocket for a second, and we're going to be using Ideal's maintenance-free box with their push-in connectors. You can see how it works like that. There are usually some instructions in there, but I have since thrown them away. Basically, that's where your connections are going to be made in there. You can see how it opens up, and then on the side there, that's where your cables kind of grip into, and yeah, you can see it's gonna, as you close the door there, that'll stop it from pulling out and undoing any connections in there. So we'll be using that. So open that up again. Also, sorry, you have to bear with me, this rickety bench that I have set up just so that I can stage this and film it. If you could see what I could see, you would be you'd be quite nervous. Right, we also have their connections, their way of connecting. So there's a 3-way there, 4-way. They're all rated at 32 amps, 2-way. Yeah, so well, I don't know, I shut the box, I'm about to use it. But yeah, that's what I'll be using inside that maintenance-free connector. They also hooked me up with some of these. Never used these before. Never used these at all. I'm normally more of a side cutter person, but we'll give these a whirl. I'll see how they go. They certainly feel a bit light, a bit flimsy, but let's see how they are after, I don't know, a few weeks. I'll have a go on this downlight, and as usual, guys, to save boring the it out of you, we'll speed this bit up, and I'll show you the termination afterwards. Right, got it all done and dealt with now. All the connections are made safe and in there. No, obviously, conductor showing. No argy-bargy, not overcrowded. It's yeah, it's quite a good feel really. It doesn't feel too flimsy. The mechanical protection going through there okay. I don't see any problems with it. Once it's in and locked, and that's quite tight. Throw it in the ceiling. Connect this light up. I guess we can see if they work. Look at this mark, bloody Dade, the Dady. So yeah, we'll get this thing thrown up here for now, demonstration purposes. Right, let's get the lights on. So there they are, all installed in the ceiling and stuff, and just before I take them back down again to get ready for the painters and stuff, we'll just flick them on and see what that does. I'm not going to show you too much of the room because the floor's a bit of a disgrace, I'm afraid, but it doesn't take anything away from the lights. Nice and bright. Obviously be a lot brighter once the room's been painted and everything. You might notice, you might wonder, that was a strange dimmer switch. Well, that's because the dimmer switch was a bit inadequate. It started flickering all over the place, so I've replaced it for that. And yeah, we'll have to get a different dimmer switch for it. I'm sure they'll get some form of a brushed nickel dimmer switch for it, probably. But yeah, anyway, for now the lights are on, and yeah, good to go. That was the first time I used those JCC Hybrid 9 downlights. Will I use them again? Yeah, probably will do. They look quite nice. I like the fact you can change the bezels and change the colours. So yeah, I probably will be featuring them at some point in another future video, or at least in another job of mine. Also, the ideal push-in connectors. They were a kind of a nice, handy way of terminating, and yeah, it's a really kind of robust way of connecting all the cables together behind a downlight. Obviously it's going to be accessible, although it is in a maintenance free box, and I can really see myself using them again in the future. Now, I just wanted to point out, I'm nearing 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I really want to say thank you to all you guys for supporting the channel over the last few months. Don't think it goes unnoticed. I'm trying to reply as much as I can on the comments. It is quite tricky sometimes, just with time constraints, having a family, having a life, and working as well. So I can't always get around to every single comment, but hopefully I'll try and keep up as much as I can in the future. And I'm really appreciative of the support, not just on YouTube, but all the other social media platforms that I'm on as well. So thank you very much, guys. Right, as usual, if you haven't already done so, I'm sure you have, click the subscribe button, like, comment, and if you can, give it a nice share. Thank you.